We're coming online here. Here we go. Off to Facebook we go. All right. Perfect. The voice is a little shot tonight, so it's going to be a short show. I thought I'd check in here. There we go. Perfect. Well, welcome everybody to tonight's show. Oh, man, it's going to be perspective and image. That's what I put out there today because it's been coming up a lot this whole weekend. Hello, Ember. Thank you for being on board. As I lose my voice again. It's going to be a shortened show tonight. Give a few people a little chance to jump on here. I'm going to take a little bit drink of water before we get going here. But we go with a little bit of the one on here. And there we go. Welcome to tonight's show. I'm going to talk about image and perspective. Ember and I have been watching. Oh, here we go. Everything is goofing up here. I'm going red. I'm going purple. All right. Well, we're back to green. Hi, Kyle. How's it going? Welcome on board, and I apologize for any clearing of the throats and all of that stuff. Hopefully, I will fight the cough until the very end, and I'm done. But, yeah. So, Ember and I have been watching Stranger Things, and it's kind of brought up a few things. And also, you have the Christmas Story this weekend, things of that sort that have been popping up. And there's some strange things in the air with that. And part of it I want to talk about is image and perception, people's different perceptions. And I get this a lot of times with clients, with people, Facebook people, in groups, things of that sort. They have an image that they build within their own mind of, like with myself, how I should be. And sometimes, like today, I got the suit and tie going on, and during the day, and I rushed in here and tried to put this all together, and it was fighting me all along the way. But the image that we have of ourselves can sometimes be dramatically different than the 1,000 different images that other people have, because each person has their own little image. Based upon what they desire, what they're used to, what their what their background, what their history is. They all have different perceptions and different images that they throw at us, and then it can be that they're then dismayed with what is the end result when you actually come face to face, or when you start chatting up in a Zoom call, or like I'll meet with a client. And that's one of the first priorities I have when I set up a Zoom call for a client or a possible client to do a discovery session. I like to set up a Zoom because you're face to face and you're getting the real person, and it takes sometimes a half hour to tear some of those layers off, because a lot of people try to present themselves one way when it's really not their true self or their true essence. And I wanted to just come on here tonight and talk about those images that are there. And sometimes I fight the image of myself because I know how I feel about myself, and and throughout the years it's been different. And like I said, with watching Stranger Things and watching, Christmas Story, things of that sort, bullies that would pick on you, things of that sort. I mean, I probably spent a good number of my middle-aged teenage years fighting the perception that I was gay. It was thrown upon me because I was raised with 4 older sisters. I communicated better with women than I did with men because of that. And so the perception was, of course, because of a fear out of fear, there's always this thing that comes out, and you want to, put somebody else down so that you feel higher above them. And I went through that for a long time. That was the image that was kind of thrown onto me by different sources in different ways. And then there was others that didn't. So the perception or the image, and now as I'm in my more mature years of life, for years I fought that thing, and it's like now I really don't care what people think of me, because I know, and I'm secure in myself, and I'm secure with who I am and what I am. And it's funny, and even the images that people portray or put onto others and then portray of themselves are another aspect to it, because some people put out these images in the coaching industry and the just work in general. A lot of people will put out their fake it till you make it, and so a lot of people put out this image about themselves that's not even true to themselves. And it's crazy how other people then will take that and put them down or do different things of that sort. So the perception on the receiving end is a big part of it. And we can't change your perception. I can't change how you feel about me. Whether you think that I'm full of hot air or whatever it is, or if you think that I'm the best thing since sliced bread. The perception is going to be on your end. I'm only portraying what, if I put on a casual t-shirt and I came out here, you're going to probably perceive me a little bit differently than if I have a suit and tie on. And it could be negative or positive, because some people aren't going to relate to me with a suit and tie on, because they're going to be like, ooh, he's so stuffy, or he's so conservative. And even within that, if I have a white shirt on and a red tie, you're going to look at me differently than if I have this lavender shirt on and this purple tie. So you really, what I want to, as I set that whole thing, that scenario up, I want you to think about, as you go through everything, interaction with everyone in your life out there, think of how you're prejudging, or think about your perception of that person. Think about, and why does it matter? And where does it come from? Most all, in fact, all negative reactions to someone else are going to be based upon fear. Fear of you not being good enough, fear of it, whatever that is. You have to analyze it themselves, but it's fear based. Because it's either coming out of love or it's coming out of fear. So if it's not love, it's fear. What is the fear? Where are you lacking that? It's going to be fearful in your life as far as reaction towards others that way, and the perception of others. And there's some awakenings that come along the way of those. And I've had those throughout the years too. You eliminate some people in your lives over time because it's just not part of your tribe. It's just not where you're traveling to. It's not part of your path and your journey. So, and it's okay to do that. But you need to think of that along the journey here, as I'm losing my voice again, but think of that as where you want to go and how you want to be perceived, and how do you, and the image that you portray, be genuine in that. If for some reason your feeling is going to be about, excuse me, if your feeling is going to be that your image about yourself is that you're more of the swearing person, and I have mentors that are into that's just their path, and it's okay with me. I don't think differently. And for the time there, I was like, oh my gosh, I just don't like Gary because he's always dropping the F-bomb every other word. And it's okay for him to do it. It's not going to be me. If you come and see me speak, I'm not going to be dropping the F-bomb every other sentence or every other word. It's just not me. And he's not going to think less of me. I'm not going to think less of him. It's just that's how he relates. And there's others that will be the same way. I know our internet connection is doing some shaky stuff here tonight. I'm seeing that on mine as I'm doing the monitor here. So, so as you go through, where I wanted to go with this is, as you go through and you're analyzing and you're looking at how you're perceiving a person or the image that that person to you is, you can't think of that on the reverse end and walk in their shoes for a little bit and see what their perception would be or what their image would be. And maybe just take a step back and just kind of soak in what that image is and try to relate to them on their level for a moment or two and not what you think that they are. In this case, with myself, there's people that think I'm really great, and there's other people that are going to say that I'm a big windbag, and I come on here every Tuesdays and I talk, and I've had those people tell me that oh, I'm totally wrong, or I'll get in the comments about, no, this is totally the wrong way or something of that sort. But it doesn't matter, because that's just their perception of what my image should be. I should be a certain way to them. We get this all the time when you're going for an interview or something of that sort too. When you go for an interview and you're talking to that person, it's like, that they want you to conform in some certain mold. But the best thing that could ever happen is that you don't conform into that mold, because they already have a whole bunch of those cookie cutter people. And for you to break out and be the one that rises to the top, the cream of the crop, you're going to have to be something different than what they want in their mold. So going in there. So if you're going out for an interview, just be yourself, because eventually you're going to find the place where you belong. And that is just going to be the most awesome feeling and thing in your life that you're going to come out of it with. And what I did with that graphic was I was going to go on to a tangent about go on to the story as far as for teaching and that, because when I go out and I teach to people, it's amazing how each person in that room, I can have 30, 50 people in a room, and each person in that room has a different image in their mind of how I should teach, how I should be, how, one's going to be more, I need to be more, A to B to C, and this whole chain of event. Others are going to be more free-flowing, and where it's going to be more of a conversation, and they want more personalized teaching out of it. And there's all different ones. But if I'm in a room of 30 people, I'm going to have 30 different perspectives and 30 different images, and I have to just go out there and be myself. And that's what I want you to work on this week and going into the next year. Be yourself. Be whatever you feel that just revs up and jazzes your soul and is going to take you to the next level, because that's the people that we want in this world. You are going to be that, and that where you feel the most comfortable is going to be the one that's going to take everything to the highest level. It's, you can't be a Steve Jobs by being a Bill Gates. You have to be the Steve Jobs. So do that, work on that, figure that out. What is it that you bring to the table that's unique, that's different, that's going to be solid for you? And I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to end it pretty much right here. I have to apologize for this. I just want to come on here though today and just hit a few moments and side notes of this. Image and perception. Perception is the only thing that you can work on as far as other people, how you perceive them. Image is going to be yourself. What is your image? And don't change or try to conform to somebody else's image, thinking, well, they did it, and so I'm going to dress a certain way, I'm going to act a certain way, I'm going to be a certain way. Just do what comes naturally to you. And if it's going to be that you're out there and you're throwing the F-bomb down, then throw the F-bomb down. Your tribe, you're going to build your tribe. It's going to be the people that are attracted to you are going to be that way. With mine, I'm probably the opposite way more than anything. And I'm still genuine in that sort. But that's just me. That's just me. But work on your self-image, your image, and then when you're perception-wise, try to perceive the people on the other end, the people you interact with on a daily basis. Try to perceive them just as they are. Don't try to put your own image into them and how you try to mold them into something else. Just perceive them as they are. And if they're a part of your tribe, accept them in. If it doesn't feel comfortable to you, if you get that heaviness inside when you're talking to them, they're not part of your tribe. Let them go. All right. I'm losing my voice again, so I'm going to end it right there before I start clearing my voice into the mic too much. Thanks for being on board, those that came on. I will be back at it next Tuesday night. I'll be back here with hopefully a full voice. None of this going on, and we'll have a full show next week. So until then, enjoy life, and Happy New Year. Have a great New Year. Hopefully the holidays have been good to you. So until next week, au revoir. Love and hugs at you.
If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.